When a vast empire of millions goes to war against just a few hundred strange outsiders, who do you think would win? Common sense tells us the answer is obvious. And yet, the side that collapsed was the empire. Was it because of guns? Because of armor? No. The real reason lay somewhere entirely different. Today, we travel back to the very moment when history changed forever. You're watching Volcano Animation, where ideas comes to life. We are now standing in the 16th century, in the very era when Hernán Cortés of Spain first set foot in Central America. The conquistadors of the Spanish Empire numbered only a few hundred men, landing on an unknown continent without proper maps. Our story takes place in the Aztec Empire. This was not a simple tribal society. It was a great civilization built upon law, religion, and, above all, the belief that they were the very center of the world. Its capital, Tenochtitlan, was a massive city built upon a lake. There were canals, causeways, and a marketplace where tens of thousands gathered each day. The Aztecs were, in every sense, a prosperous and powerful civilization. The Aztecs believed they were the people chosen by the sun. But their sun god was not a benevolent being who gave light freely. The Aztec god demanded human blood, human sacrifice. For the Aztecs, war was not simply about conquest. It was part of a system designed to capture sacrificial victims to offer to the sun. So the Aztecs continued to subdue surrounding tribes. Month after month, sacrifices were demanded.
This month, the god needs more hearts. This month, women must be offered alive. This month, children must be sacrificed.
The conquered peoples bowed their heads on the outside, but inside they burned with hatred. Countless lives from the subject nations were taken and offered up in the name of the Aztec faith. The Aztec Empire was strong, but it was accumulating enemies everywhere. The oppressed tribes waited only for the day of revenge. Then one day, strange rumors arrived from the sea. Houses floating upon the water were coming, and inside them were beings unlike any they had ever seen. The people from the sea could shoot lightning. The Aztecs scoffed.
Lightning? From a stick? That's absurd.
But the rumors were true. It was Hernán Cortés marching inland with his Spanish forces. This man was not someone who simply followed orders. He was ambitious, calculating, and above all, when he saw an opportunity, he gambled everything. In truth, the Spanish authorities had not authorized an expedition to the Aztec lands. Cortés ignored their commands entirely. He hadn't even obtained proper permission.
They say there is gold there, more gold than one man could spend in a lifetime. Then I shall go and see for myself.
And so, recklessly, he sailed to this unknown world with only a small tent full of soldiers. Once they landed, Cortés made a shocking decision. He burned the ships they had arrived in.
There is no going back. If we win, we gain everything. If we lose, it's over.
From that moment on, this was no longer an exploration. It was a life-or-death gamble. Cortés and his men marched into Aztec territory. And finally, the Aztecs and the Spanish met. For the first time, Aztec warriors saw horses. To their eyes, a man riding a horse looked like a single creature, half man, half beast, like a centaur. When Spanish guns fired, they jumped back in shock.
The people from the sea truly wield thunder.
The stone blades and axes of the Aztecs shattered uselessly against Spanish steel armor. Fear spread through the Aztec ranks.
Who are these people? Are they gods? Are we fighting against beings from the heavens? This is not a war we understand.
Meanwhile, the Spanish thought,
God is smiling upon us. It seems our God is stronger than theirs.
two civilizations had met, but their levels of technology, their tech trees, were worlds apart. And yet, despite this gap, the Aztec Empire still had millions of people. The Spanish were only a tiny force. If the Aztecs had simply overwhelmed them with sheer numbers, they could have driven them out. So why didn't that happen? At this time, the emperor of the Aztec Empire was Moctezuma II. He did not fail to act simply because he was timid or indecisive. His hesitation came from something far more complex. In his mind echoed an ancient prophecy, passed down for generations.
From the east shall come one who will change the world.
To Moctezuma, Cortés, a pale-skinned man with a shining beard, arriving from the Eastern Sea, wielding staffs that spit lightning, looked exactly like the figure from that prophecy. Moctezuma could not reach a conclusion.
What if these strangers truly are messengers of the gods? If so, we must not defy them.
And so, instead of attacking, he chose to welcome them. Cortés entered the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan without resistance.
Welcome, messengers of the divine. We receive you with honor.
The Spanish had expected fierce resistance, perhaps even death. Instead, the gates of a magnificent hidden city opened before them, without a single drop of blood shed.
It seems that fortune herself is smiling upon us.
Believing the Spaniards to be messengers of the gods, the Aztecs presented them with countless gifts of gold. And the more gifts he received, the more a darker ambition began to grow within Cortés. He saw his opportunity.
This chance must not be wasted.
Claiming that they were protecting the emperor, Cortés ordered the Aztec royal guard to disarm. But of course, protection was not the goal. Imprisonment was. The emperor remained. Yet all commands now came from a foreigner who had appeared out of nowhere. Every decision, every political order flowed through Cortés and his men.
From now on, all reports shall be delivered to me before the emperor.
The city grew uneasy. Whispers spread.
Has the Emperor abandoned us?
Cracks began to form beneath the surface. Then came the day of a great religious festival. The Aztecs asked permission to hold it, and the Spanish allowed it. Unarmed people gathered, dancing to the drums. But as time passed, the Spanish realized they were witnessing not joy, but horror. Gruesome deaths, rituals of blood, towers made from human heads. The Spaniards were overcome with fear and anger.
How can such evil be tolerated in the name of the divine? If we do not strike first, someday these people will kill us. In the name of God, destroy these savages.
Without warning, without hesitation, they attacked the unarmed celebrants. Blood flooded the square of Tenochtitlan. The great city became hell. In that moment, the Aztec people finally understood.
They are not gods. They are invaders wearing the faces of gods.
Their fury turned toward the emperor. Moctezuma was dragged out onto a balcony.
You brought these invaders into our empire.
He tried to calm the people, but stones and spears flew toward him. His authority ended that day. Leaderless, Tenochtitlan was no longer a city. It became a storming mass of rage.
We must drive the invaders from the sea out of our land.
The Spanish quickly realized the danger.
We're trapped inside a city of millions.
Their supply lines were cut. They were attacked day and night. Cortés made his decision.
We cannot hold out any longer. We must escape now.
Under the pale moonlight, the Spanish attempted a desperate retreat. But they were ambushed. Stones rained down, spears pierced armor. Many soldiers fell into the canals and drowned. To survive, they abandoned their treasure. Gold collected from the city sank into the water. This night would later be remembered by one name: La Noche Triste, the Night of Sorrows. It seemed all hope was lost. How could a handful of men survive against millions? But then, a new force entered the battlefield: smallpox. The disease came from Europe. And the Aztecs had no immunity. Their bodies broke out in sores, fevers raged, and people died. Warriors, nobles, children, it did not matter. The Aztec world began collapsing from within. As their leaders fell, the people looked to the heavens and felt that even the sun itself had turned its back on them. And just as the empire weakened, Cortés turned to the tribes oppressed by the Aztecs.
Remember the humiliation you have suffered under Aztec rule. Now is your chance for revenge.
They did not hesitate.
Now the Aztecs will know our pain.
The enemies of yesterday became the allies of today. The subject nations joined forces with Spain. The Spanish returned to the Aztecs, but this time they were not alone. A vast coalition army marched with them. In 1521, Tenochtitlan was surrounded. The canals were cut off. Food ran out. With the siege closing in, the Allied forces, the former subjects of the Aztec Empire, struck back. The city fell. And thus, with only a few hundred men setting foot on a mysterious continent, Cortés and the Spanish changed the course of history. The city burned, and then grew silent. The canals where countless people once gathered now carried only debris. The sun rose once more, but the world it shone upon was no longer the same. Spain gave the land a new name, a new language, a new religion, a new order. Layer upon layer, a new world was built on top of the old one. This is the story of an empire that collapsed under the weight of its own fractures. And at the same time, the story of how a very small force used timing and choices to overturn the world. This was the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. Did you enjoy our time-traveling journey to the 16th century Aztec world? If so, please support the next adventure with a like and a subscription. This has been Volcano Animation. Thanks for watching.